Vibe Tribe? It's me, Celia Marie 1243, your fairy tarot sister. Today we're going to be talking about the Clairs. They are affectionately known as the Clairs. There's more than 4 of them, but I'm going to be going over the main 4 Clairs, which are psychic abilities. And I'm going to be going over them and giving you guys exercises for each one of them to help you to develop each of them. It's my firm belief that we probably all have all of them, but I do think some are stronger, and I think as soon as you know which ones are stronger for you, the more you will be able to understand the messages that you're getting from your guides. So yeah, everybody always asks me, Celia, how do I get in contact with my guides? The thing is, your guides are always getting in contact with you. Your guides are constantly sending you all kinds of messages. The chances are you're just missing them. That's like the most common thing in all of the personal reads that I get, or even some of the general like free readings that I do on TikTok, is like you guys are just missing them. They're going straight over your head. And for a lot of you, it's because you don't understand what clairs you have. So I'm going to go over that. Each of them, like I said, I'll go over a little exercise that you guys can use to strengthen those abilities, and then hopefully you guys can get in better touch with your guides. So the first one, I dropped something. My bad. Okay, so the first one is Clairaudience. I'm going over Clairaudience first because I feel like Clairaudience is probably the easiest one to work on, or one of the easiest ones to work on. I have all of them. Clairaudience is definitely up there in my repertoire. It's not my very strongest, but it's close second, especially since I've started doing tarot. So Clairaudience is clear hearing. So it's a psychic ability categorized by your ability to hear things. Now, this might not always be actually hearing things, if that makes sense. This could be hearing things inside of your head. Okay, so if you've been hearing things inside your head, you're not crazy. I'm here to let you know you're not crazy. All right, you're not. I hear things inside of my head all the time. You guys are probably like, well, you're crazy. Okay, well, listen, okay, I'm just trying to make this video for y'all. I'm trying to help y'all out. Okay, so other ways that you know that you might be claircognizant, clairaudient, spirit, this throat chakra. Okay. Got this blue candle lit, throat chakra. I'm gonna need, okay. Clairaudient. So other ways you might know that you're clairaudient, you might get ringing or like buzzing sounds in your ears all of the time. Sometimes you might hear your name being called. That happens to me a lot. I hear my name being called and there's literally nobody around. It could be like dead silent at night, and all of a sudden you just hear somebody say your name and you're like, where's that coming from? That's happened to me actually on TikTok Live. If you guys were there, that was interesting. Well, a lot of people heard it, so I don't know. Anyway, ringing in your ears, you guys, a lot of claircognizant, I don't know why I keep saying claircognizant. Claircognizant kind of covers over all of them, and that's why I'll be doing that one at the end. Maybe a lot of you guys who are clairaudient are also claircognizant. Maybe that's why I keep saying that. But so clairaudience, a lot of people who are clairaudient are going to really like music a lot. You're more of a listener than a talker. Sometimes it depends. I'm a good listener, but I'm a talker too. But I'm also clairaudient. So, as always, take all these things I say with a grain of salt. Use your intuition to see how these things resonate with you. Just because I'm sitting here with my big head on the camera does not mean that, everything I say goes. Use your intuition to decipher what messages are for you and what might not be for you. So yeah, and then, so the activity for clairaudience that I have a bunch of activities. I'm just going to give you guys a couple for each. I actually do want to do mentorship classes so that I can teach you guys a lot more of these tricks. So if you guys are interested in that, comment down below. I would love to hear who is interested in that when I get that started. So for Clairaudience, what you're going to do is take one of your songs, one of your favorite songs maybe, play the song, and I want you to isolate each of the different instruments or sounds that you can hear in the song. So listen to the song, close your eyes, right? Your other senses work better when the other ones are shut down. So close your eyes, just listen, focus in. It's kind of like a state of meditation actually. So just focus in to the music. So you're listening to a song. Listen to, is there piano in that song? Is there, trumpets playing in that song? Is there a bass guitar? Whatever it is, isolate the different sounds. Practice listening to just one instrument or like one, does that make sense? Like one beat as you go. So hopefully that makes sense. A good way to communicate with your guides and also practice your clairaudience is to ask for songs. I do this all the time with my guides. I ask them, there's so many different ways to do and this is technically kind of like divination. All you do is just ask them okay, what song do I need to hear for the day? Or, and then I put my music on shuffle and then I just push it a certain amount of times. I choose a random thing. I'm going to push the button. I'm going to push the shuffle button 3 times. Can you guys give me a song that is going to tell me what I need to do for the day or tell me about this situation? Or, and so then I will, do whatever with the buttons, listen to the song and really listen into the lyrics of what the song is saying and how that applies to how you can use it for your day or whatever you asked about. One more that you guys could do as well. This is a really easy one to do to develop your clairaudience, is to kind of sit in silence or perceived silence, right? And then just listen to the things that are going on around you, okay? Again, close your eyes, listen into what's going on around you. What do you hear? Police sirens, maybe? Do you hear, somebody walking outside? Do you hear, some of you guys, when you do this, you're going to hear your guide's voice, especially if you're in alignment, if you're in a meditative state, you might even just hear your guides talking to you. Not everybody is going to hear it, but if you're clairaudient, you will. Eventually. It might not come right away, but that's why we practice and that's why I'm giving you guys these exercises. And like I said, I have tons more like this, so let me know if you guys are interested in those. But yeah, you basically just isolate, again, like the songs, you isolate all the different sounds. Can you hear the fan turning? Can you hear the candle flickering? I know that seems a little much, but trust me, when you're learning how to tune into these things, there are more things that you can hear than you actually think. Okay? So pay attention to all of those. So hopefully that helps. So next up we have clairvoyance. I'm gonna bring my notes over here. Okay. Clairvoyance. So clairvoyance is my favorite to talk about because that is my absolute strongest gift. I'm an artist. A lot of people who are artists are clairvoyant. If you enjoy colors and just how things look aesthetically, chances are you could be clairvoyant. This is also going to be people who get really, really vivid dreams. I hear a lot of you guys in personal readings and stuff talk about how, your dreams are so vivid, it feels like you're there. That's also a little bit of clairsentience. I think that one's next. But so, you're seeing very, very vividly, it feels like you're there. You might also be able to read people's auras. Sometimes you can see their energy field, or sometimes you might be able to see the vibration around things if you're kind of paying attention, or sometimes even if you're not, you might be able to, oh, look at this unicorn. So cute. I love this thing. My friend gave me this. Anyway, squirrel. Okay, you guys might also have really good imaginations. You might also be daydreamers, or the kind of people who really like to visualize things when you're manifesting, or if you like vision boards and stuff like that, chances are you are clairaudient or clairvoyant. I keep mixing all of them up. But also symbols, colors, and images will stand out to you. That's really good to note because a lot of times, any of you who have gotten a tarot reading with me, whether it be general on TikTok Live or whatever, you guys will know a lot of times you guys will see me like stare off, like Raven, you know, like stare off, and I will like be looking around for things. It's because spirit pulls my eye to different things, different words, different images, or sometimes I see things in my mind's eye as well. So some ways that you can communicate with spirit using your clairvoyance is for you to ask them to show you things, show you symbols. So for example, you know, a lot of times I'll say, you know, I feel like this is the right thing to do. If this is the right thing to do, could you please show me oranges throughout my day, right? If this is the right thing, if this is the right one for me, blah, 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 whatever it is that you're trying to figure out, send me oranges, right? So then I wouldn't say to go looking for them because that defeats the purpose, right? But then it's almost like you set it and forget it, almost like intentions, right? You put all of your energy into it then, and then you just forget about it. You let it happen later. And then if you get to your end of the day and you're like, oh, I didn't see any oranges, then that's probably a no, right? But if you get to the end of the day and you realized, oh, I ran across an orange, like my mom randomly had an orange for me for lunch, or, oh, you know, I saw a picture of an orange on my cousin's Instagram picture, or, you know, you heard somebody say the word orange. Obviously this is clairvoyant, so it's mostly going to be seeing things, but maybe you will like picture an orange tree or something like that. Chances are that's your guides sending you those oranges, sending you confirmation on what it is that you need to know. And then, like I said too, make sure you pay attention to like where your eyes are drawn throughout the day. Maybe you guys will see like symbols, angel numbers, that's clairvoyance. You know, seeing feathers, supposedly out of nowhere, right? Another thing that I like to tell you guys is like, people miss signs all the time because they chalk them up to coincidences. I don't believe in coincidence. I haven't since I was really, really little. I figured out really early that there's no such thing as coincidence. Everything means something. Even if it doesn't mean anything to you, it means something to somebody else. And because it means something to somebody else, it's also linked to you. I'll get into that later. That's a whole nother video, child, because that's a whole hippie rabbit hole of like blow your mind type of thing. Let me know, like this video, comment if you guys want to hear more about that, because I definitely want to make like a vlog about all of my theories, or more like knowings that I've discovered throughout my journey. Okay, so the activity for my clairvoyant people, this is one that I like to do to strengthen my clairvoyance. I'm really, really good at it now, like super good at it. So basically you're going to take an object like this. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be live, inanimate, whatever. Okay, so you're going to take an object and you're just going to study it for a while and like really study it, really, really look at it, all the little intricacies of it. Okay, if you look at this, like it has little pieces coming off of the top. What color are things? Where is everything? How is everything placed? So you're going to study it for maybe like a minute. Okay, and then you're going to close your eyes and you're going to picture it. Maybe put it away behind you so you don't cheat or whatever, but then you're going to picture it. You're going to see how much detail you can recall in your mind's eye. And I'm literally looking at it exactly how I was holding it here. I can see the little flakes that it had on the top. I can see the pink and the purple. I can see there was like a little dot for the eye, the way that the feathers are coming out, you know what I'm saying? So just focus on as many fine details as possible. I feel like you could also do this with guided meditation. Find a guided meditation that you like. I don't have any yet, but I want to post some soon. So make sure you guys are checking back. Make sure you guys are subscribed so that you could get all this good free game, this good info, okay? But, you know, choose a guided meditation, especially one that's very like visual, where they take you through kind of a thing and they're telling you to like visualize things. Oh, picture yourself in a grassy meadow, whatever. Like, be as detailed as possible. When I do my guided meditations, you know, a lot of times guided meditation people will try and keep it kind of simple just so you can make it up in your mind's eye. I get down to the detail. Like, I am picturing all kinds of things, like down to like, is there dew on the grass? You know, whatever. Like super, super tiny details. Like, is there a bug on the ground? Any kind of thing that you can think of, and really, really focus in on that thing. And that will help you to develop your clairvoyance. Okay? So let's go to the next thing. Oh, I was trying to hit. Okay, never mind. Let's go to the next thing. I'm back. Okay, so next we have claircognizance. So claircognizance is clear knowing. This one, in my professional opinion, as a fairy tarot sister, this is probably the hardest to understand and probably the hardest to like decipher or develop, because I think a lot of times people can mistake this for their ego talking, or, you know, just making things up in their head. So this one probably will take a lot of practice to kind of figure out, if that makes sense. Okay, it does kind of fit in with the other ones as well, but when it's isolated, it can be a little bit rougher to use. But make sure too that, like, hopefully you watch the whole video and like you are using all of them kind of in conjunction. Like I said, some might be stronger than others. So claircognizance. When you're claircognizant, you will get a lot of just gut feelings. Like, you will just know something. Like, you ever had somebody sit in front of your face and they're lying, and you're just like, I know you're lying. Like, I know you're lying. There's no way that like, you just feel it. Like, you don't have any explanation for it. And that's another reason why claircognizance is so, like, hard to decipher, is because, like, there's no logical reasoning that supports what it is that you have. It's all just there, and you know it, okay? Claircognizance could also look like random inspiration, where, you know, all of a sudden you get an idea, like somebody brings up a word, and then all of a sudden you're like, this. Or you see somebody and like all of a sudden you know their whole life story. That's happened to me with some people. Like, people will tell me something, they're like, oh, hey, like, hi, my name is like, and before they even finish it, I know what their name is and I know what they're about to tell me next. That happens to me sometimes. Claircognizance can look like having deja vu. I get deja vu a lot. Or, you know, having instant knowledge of something, or if you tend to like interrupt people, which I do a lot, sorry. You know, because you just have to get it out, because whatever you're saying right now just has to get out. Claircognizance. But the hard thing, again, about claircognizance is being able to decipher between you knowing something, just knowing, and you making some things up in your head because your ego is trying to tell you something. Does that make sense? Your ego and your intuition are two completely separate things. Let me know if you guys want a video on that one. Definitely should. So, communication with claircognizance, a really good exercise to try with, you know, to reach out to your guides is automatic writing. I've done automatic writing. I've worked with some deities before. They came to me. I did not manifest them in any kind of way, but, you know, if a deity presents himself to you, you work with them. I don't know. That's just how I feel. But the deities that I have worked with, I will try and practice automatic writing, especially, you know, if I've never really connected with them before. I don't know why they're there. I will sit down and I'll have my journal open. You know, I get into a meditative state. Ground yourself, very important. Make sure you protect yourself, especially if you one of the people who get scared real easy. I used to be like that. I'm not anymore after working with spirits all the time. I'll make a video on that too, like how not to be scared of spirits and stuff like that, because it's really nothing to be scared of once you actually learn what it is that you're doing. So yeah, automatic writing, you sit down and you basically, you write. You can write a message to them. Some people will write a message to them and then they'll switch to the other hand for the deity or whoever it is that they're trying to connect with, spirit, your higher self, your intuition, whatever, the universe, and then you will write out whatever with your non-dominant hand. Some people just use their dominant hand the whole time. I switch off in between both. And it doesn't always have to be words. When you're writing, just trust your gut and see if you can find a difference in between the handwriting too, especially if you're using just one hand. If you can find a difference in the writing between your own thoughts and you actually talking to the universe or your guides or whatever, and see if you can distinguish any differences, right? And then of course that does feed into clairvoyance and clairsentience a little bit. All of them feed into each other. These are all just, you know, I'm separating them so it makes sense to people. Okay, and then something else you can practice too with your claircognizance. A lot of people will use like pendulums. That can help. Or asking even like yes or no questions in your head also goes with clairaudience, but you know, asking yes or no questions, or not even just paying attention to hearing or whatever, but like pay attention to how your body reacts to certain things, you know. That's how I programmed my pendulum, and like how I understood how my pendulum worked is like I asked it things that I already knew, like am I a woman? And whatever it does, like ask yourself a question, you know, sit there still. Am I a woman? Pay attention. What is your body doing? What does your body feel? Or ask yourself something that you don't know, or something that's easy for you to find out. Like, okay, here's a good example. So, what's this next, when I refresh my Instagram, what is going to be the next post? So you sit there and you think, okay, when I refresh my Instagram, what's going to be the next post? Whatever comes to your mind, go with it. Because that's how you practice trusting it. It might not be right for the first couple of times. It might take a little bit to figure out, you know, what feelings or things that you have that will indicate that something is true versus you just making it up, if that makes sense. And then that goes into clairsentience, which is the next gift that I'll cover. But hopefully that makes sense. If any of this hasn't made sense to you guys, comment down below. I will do my best to get to everybody's comments and make another video if I need to kind of clarify anything or give you guys some more really good tips and exercises for working with these abilities. Okay, last but not least on our list today is clairsentience. So clairsentience is clear feeling. So again, a lot of these kind of tie into each other. Take everything how it resonates for you. Clairsentience, clear feeling. What clairsentience looks like for me a lot of the time, because I am a medium, which is a whole different thing. I have a story time on it. I'll make a video a little bit more in depth. Let me know if you guys want to hear about it. But what clairsentience feels like to me is a lot of times when I can sense there's a presence of a spirit, especially in the room, I will get goosebumps. I will get tingles. Or sometimes when I ask something, obviously all of mine work in congruency. You know, I use all of them at the same time, but like just for clairsentience, I will feel tingles, or I will feel like there is somebody standing next to me, or somebody on my shoulder, somebody on my head. Like sometimes I could feel people like grabbing my wrist or things like that. So if you've ever felt any of those things, you might be clairsentient. A lot of people who are empaths, it's not the same thing, but they oftentimes go hand in hand. So chances are, if you're an empath, you're probably clairsentient as well. If you're really, really sensitive to other people's energy, if you can walk into a room and you just know how everybody's feeling, or, you know, if you walk in a room full of anxious people, you can feel it and it really bugs you, you have to get out. I'm like that. Big crowds might make you nervous just because of all of the energy. Especially, you can get rid of all these things, by the way. Like, you can learn how to control these things by being grounded and just understanding, but that's another video. So feeling that way, you know, feeling other people's emotions, getting sudden like mood swings. I was a really, really emotional child, and people always just thought there was like something wrong with me, I guess, that I was just like emotional. No, it was like I could feel other people's vibes. I knew what was up. You know what I'm saying? Like I could sense when people were bad. I just had a feeling. And I pick up on other people's feelings all the time, like on TikTok or in my readings. Sometimes if somebody is crying, I will know because I will start to cry. Once you kind of get really familiar with your gift and you can distinguish between what you're feeling and what other people are feeling, it'll be easy for you to know. But I didn't always know at first. Like I would just feel things out of nowhere and I'd be like, what is this? Why am I feeling like this? Now I know that sometimes it's just the people who I'm connected to. I feel my twin flame's emotions all the time. And he probably feels mine. But a lot of times when I'm reading for you guys on TikTok or whatever, I'll be like, oh, I'll start crying. I'll be like, who's crying? Who is it? Like, who is? And somebody's like, me, how did you know? I'm like, because I can feel it. I can literally feel it. Or sometimes when I'm doing like my tarot spreads or whatever, like a card will feel cold. Like I'll start to actually feel physically cold. And then I have to like translate that into whatever it might mean for the client. But, so it is a lot like being an empath. So keep that in mind. If you're an empath, chances are you are very, clairsentient. So an activity that you can do for all of my clairsentient people, you can practice on your friends. You can practice on your friends. You can practice understanding their emotions. And some of you guys might do this like subconsciously already without really even knowing or trying, which is really good. So you can, when you talk to your friend or like, you see them, and I wouldn't say guess because it's not guessing. It's like understanding more, what they're feeling. What did they go through? Are they tired? Are they anxious? Like, how are you feeling? Tune in, allow their energy. I'd be careful with this one too, because a lot of you guys are lamp rollers anyway, and you guys just pick up everybody's emotions. Definitely have to make a video on how to like shield and protect yourself when you are an empath. Like I said, another video. But if you want to practice it, you can do that where you are just tuning into other people's energy and you're seeing how they feel. Could even be random people. The only thing about that is like there's no way to confirm. That's why I say doing it with a friend, because then you can be like, oh, ooh, it's feeling a little sad. Are you sad today? Did something happen? And chances are they could deny it or something like that. But so it's not 100%, but sometimes you just know. And that goes back to the claircognizance that we were talking about earlier. Another way, if you guys are like, oh, Slia, well, what about if you don't have friends? I got you. You could also practice psychometry, which is also clairtangents. I'm not going over clairtangents, clairsalience, or there's another one too. Clear smelling, which is a thing that I have. Kind of weird. Won't go over that one. Maybe I'll make a part 2. Clairtangents, where you can touch things, but this goes with clairsentience as well. So what you can do is take, especially like a very old object that's lived a long life, maybe met a lot of different people, and you just focus on that object. You touch it, you focus it, you feel how does that feel to you? Does it feel like it's been through a lot? Does it feel like people have treated it well? Does it feel, if you're holding somebody's coat, like from a thrift store or whatever, like, does it feel like people have just thrown it on the floor? Do you feel kind of dragged through the mud, whatever? Or, people will use like rings or something like that, like their grandmother's ring or like family heirlooms and stuff like that. They will touch it. Sometimes this will activate other gifts in you as well. This happens with me, clairtangents. I'm able to like see the past of things if I'm really focused, like where things have been, who has used it, how those people were feeling when we're tapping into our clairsentience. So it's really, really interesting. All of these gifts are super, super beautiful. They're really, really nice gifts to have and very helpful to communicate with your guides if you know how to use them. So that's why I'm trying to give you guys as much information as possible so that you guys can get in contact with your guides. If you're still having trouble, understandable, just know that it is a journey. It's not a destination. It's meant to be tough. It's meant to test you. It's meant for you to learn. It's not supposed to come super easy. For some of you it might. Some things might not. Your journey doesn't look like anybody else's. Your journey isn't going to look like mine. Mine isn't going to look like theirs. Whatever. Okay? If you guys need help, of course, I'm always there to help. You could book a personal reading with yours truly. DM me on Instagram, or by the time you're watching this, I could have my website up. So I don't know. DM me to be safe. If, you know, I'm not taking DMs to book anymore, then I'll just send you my website link. And we can figure out what to do for you. And then, of course, I have a bunch of channeled messages here on my YouTube channel that will help you guys. Those are all messages that are usually timeless and direct messages from your guides. So, you know, I'm kind of an angel whisperer, and I'm doing that to help y'all. So those are all really good free ways if you guys can't afford a reading. A lot of times I do TikTok lives that will be, you know, really helpful for you as well if you log on to those. I do pick a card reading sometimes on my Instagram, so make sure you follow me on everything if, you know, you're vibing with my energy. Super appreciate everybody's support and love. Hopefully this video was really, really helpful. I know I've been getting so many questions about how to communicate with your guides, and I really feel like understanding your gifts is the perfect way to start. So finding out whether you're clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, or claircognizant, or a combination of all of them, picking your strongest one, focusing on that. Another note too, meditation. Meditation will help with all of these. Anytime you meditate, you are probably developing, you are developing one of these abilities in some way or another. So I would highly recommend meditation. I know it's not easy. For me, it was really, really hard in the beginning. It's a lot easier for me now. I have meditation tips. Probably another video. I got a lot of stuff to do. Okay? I'm a very busy fairy tarot sister. So, again, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys subscribe, let me know what other videos you guys want to see, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, Vibe Tribe.